Welcome to another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show, the show where I bring you people with talent, champion, people who are doing extraordinary things in their environment, in their community, in their country. And today we have somebody who is doing amazing things. We're going to Indonesia, and that's the first time we're going to Indonesia in the show. And my guest is a young activist and fighting for human rights, and is wearing so many hats. And I know that you're gonna like him. He's defined himself as the a man from Meulaboh in Indonesia. He's an NGO leader. He's the founder of FADILLA Talk. He also one of the leader of World Voice International. He's a speaker. He's also the country leader at Global Law Thinker Society Indonesia and an ambassador of International Youth Society. And he does all of this while studying. He's completing his study in computer science, and you get the opportunity to learn from him. And today we're going to talk about the role of leadership in building youth character and skills. So it's going to be a learning for all of us, even if we're not young. We probably have young people in our in our neighborhood or in our families, and it's going to be a good learning to hear a young leader talk about leadership and how leadership can build character in youth. So you probably know me by now. My name is Mireille Tulekima. I'm the founder of the Mireille Tulekima Global Leadership Organization, the organization that brings you this show. And I'm getting ready to bring Fadhillah to have our discussion. So let us know where you're watching from if you're tuning in live, and also don't hesitate to come in to ask questions or to give us your insight, because your opinion is very valued. And don't forget to take notes, because if you don't take notes you forget, and that's important to take those notes so that later on you can act on that. So let's start the show and have a great conversation with Fadhillah. Welcome to another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show, the show that is brought to you by the Mireille Tulekima Global Leadership Organization.
Feel is important is if you just look at the word compassion, when it's behavior, it's something that can be learned, and it is something that we can embody through habits and through our daily actions.
Like, what can I do now with this all experiences that that I have? And for me, it's knowing who I am, believing in myself, and trust, and have confidence that yes, this has happened.
To get this idea that if we interject this wisdom intentionally, I call them needle movers. It's the needle mover that's missing.
So, good evening, Fadhillah. Good evening, welcome to the Greatness Engineering Hour
Hey,
show. It is such a pleasure to have you and to listen to, to get to know you and to get to see, all the thing that you've been doing as a young leader, and also let us know, how leadership can shape, have shaped your character first and can shape the character of other young people. So before we get to this point, just want you to introduce yourself, let us know who you are, what you're doing, and all the important things that we need to know about you.
okay. Thank you, Miss Miral. And then, hello everyone. I'm so happy to join this conversation because I know this is a good conversation. And Miss Miral. She is my mentor. You know, I learned a lot from Miss Miral. Okay. I just want to say I'm Fadhillah Mahlian Shelsa. I'm founder and advisor of First International. You know that, and then I'm just a podcaster. I'm the public speaker, and then yes, I'm the founder and advisor of First International. My activity is so normal, and then I wake up early morning. You know, I get something in morning. I'm making best habit in morning, reading some book, go to work out, you know, and then making breakfast, healthy breakfast, and then yes, um. I, for the first, I tried to making one organization, Workforce International, in the December 2020 in the
Mm-hmm.
last year. And making what was because I I was aware about the human rights issues, about the education, about the social issue, and then how to building your leadership.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm making organization Workforce International.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But it must be difficult, isn't it? Because you're also studying, but at the same time you
Yes,
have all this big portfolio where you have to, you really very active, advocating for human right and especially youth right. So how do you balance all of this?
yes. This is great question. You know that I think this is my choice.
Mm-hmm,
If I choose something, I can to do go, you know, like for example, yes, I'm studying and I'm working to organization.
mm-hmm,
I can try to making balance, you know. For
mm-hmm,
example, in the morning I can go to making something in my organization, and then
mm-hmm,
in the evening I can go to studying because now we I'm good to studying online studying
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
because
mm-hmm,
this is opportunity to me. I can make to balance, you know. For the morning,
mm-hmm.
I can make something in organization. In the evening, I can go to work. I can go to studying.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you manage to really well compartmentalize everything,
Yes, yes,
and that's the key in everything, being organized and have a proper plan as well, because that's very difficult sometimes. So I wanted to ask you, can you talk a little bit about the different organization that you are involved in, especially the one that are dealing with youth, to let us know what you do and how big those organizations are, and what is the portfolio that you have as part of those organizations, because I see that you involved with World Voice International, International Youth Society, and also Global Law Thinker Society. So let us know a little bit what those organizations are doing, and what is your role in all of this.
yes. You know that for the first, I can talk about my experience. You know,
Mm-hmm,
in the ages 2020, um,
mm-hmm,
the first I become to organization,
mm-hmm,
and therefore my first organization is Helping Hand International from
mm-hmm,
India,
mm-hmm,
and become to a creative team.
mm-hmm,
After that, I can to upgrade myself I joined again with Global Law Thinker Society Bangladesh.
Mhm.
After that, I joined again with International Society as the campus ambassador,
Mhm.
and then I can join again with another organization.
Mhm.
What is the meaning? In the we I join in different organization.
Mhm.
If I join to different organization, I get learn things with different
Mhm.
organizations. Like
Mhm.
in the Workforce International, I can try to making leadership. In the international society, I try to making how to manage time, how to
Mhm.
making something the best. And then yes, um, I join in different organizations. I can get to opportunity to make.
Mhm. 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 So
And then we,
basically, what
yes, and then I can learn a lot in different organizations.
So basically, what you're saying is that by joining all the different organization is for you a way to learn as well, to learn different aspect of life
Yes,
or leadership, and it helps you in everything that you do, as well in school, but also in your everyday life. And that's really the key thing to understand. So how do you organize yourself? How those because do you have meetings? Do you have project that you're running? So what are the key thing in some of the organization that you are doing?
yes, yes. I For me, I can to making one planning, how for the
Mhm.
manage the situation. Like
Mhm.
I can to making a short planning, long
Mhm.
planning, and then important planning. For the
Mhm.
short
Mhm.
planning, this is planning to every day to organization like a regular meeting, regular
Mhm.
event. This is short planning.
Mhm.
For the
Mhm.
long planning, this is planning to buy months. Like for month we can making best summit, and then after the month we can making to best conference.
Mhm.
This is long planning. That's why I
Mhm.
can making short and long planning.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, that's why I can making short and long planning. I can try to manage myself and my organization. For the
Mhm.
short
Mhm.
planning, for example, in short planning, if I go to meeting with you, if I go to making something with you, this is short planning. In regular
Mhm.
meeting, if live session in short planning. For the
Mhm.
long planning, we can make it to conference or summit or many more.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's why I
So
can
but
manage myself.
but you work in a team. So how do you organize? Because I see that you, for example, for the you one of the country manager in some of the organization that you have. So do you have a team? How is it
Yes,
structured?
yes,
So you
yes.
have a team.
For example, in my organization, Workforce
Mm-hmm.
International, we have a structure. We have the team structure. For
Mm-hmm.
example, if we can making about the education event, we have
Mm-hmm.
a coordinator of education. We can
Mm-hmm.
making we coordinator education. For
Mm-hmm.
example, we can talk about the how to manage, how to process in the making something in the education
Mm-hmm.
summit.
Mm-hmm.
We have to structure team.
Mm-hmm.
We have to education coordinator, we have to internal affairs, we have to council director, we
Mm-hmm.
have a lot in team in Workforce International.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Because I mean, we know that the teamwork is now very important. Especially when you want to have an impact. That's important to
Mm.
have a team. So I mean, we're talking today about the role of leadership in building youth character, and my question to you is, how does leadership I mean, how did you learn leadership? And I mean, you're still learning, obviously, but how did you learn leadership? And what are the key things you think a leader should have?
Yes, yes, how I can learn about leadership. For the first I learn about leadership if I join in organization, my first
Mm-hmm.
organization, LPN
Mm-hmm.
International.
Mm-hmm.
I joined to my first organization. That's this. I learned about leadership in my first organization. I learned how to manage people. I learned how to manage something about the event, about the big project, about the short project. I learned with my first organization, Happy International. After that, I want to making progress in myself. I joined again with my second organization. I learned again about leadership, and then finally, if I optimize, I can making best impact. I can make my organization Workforce International. I want to making progress, best progress, for about leadership.
That's, I mean, that's what it's all about in leadership. You don't stay. It's very dynamic. You have to learn all the time. You have to grow
Yes,
as a leader, and also grow leaders as well. It means that you grow yourself, but you also
yes,
help people to grow, and that's very important. So let's
yes.
have a
Yes. I agree with you, Miss Marilyn.
mm-hmm,
We must growing every day.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
In every day we must making something, positive impact. We must growing every day. I
mm-hmm.
agree with you.
Yeah, it's important to grow, as leaders, and that's very, very, very important. So let's have a break, and we'll be back to talk about leadership.
It's the key to life. It makes it possible for us to get out the door, challenge ourselves, and find joy. There are few things more important than our health. Throughout history, there have been breakthroughs in health technology that have made our lives longer, more vibrant, more joyful. Breakthroughs that have fundamentally changed how we think, learn, and live.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
What if one of the biggest breakthroughs in health technology was actually something small? A breakthrough technology that works at the cellular level, where health begins.
This truly is a transformational technology. It's an elegant and very simple product that's having a profound impact. When people ask me what I'm most excited about, it's the fact that we own the space of redox right now.
A health technology so unique and cutting edge that it is transforming health at a foundational level and changing lives all over the world.
I started using the product and I could see that it was real. It was a real deal.
And the way it changed my life was absolutely mind-blowing.
ASEA was something truly special. It was unique.
It has had tremendous impact on my life.
You know, sometimes you just have that kind of feeling that you're just going to take a leap of faith, and that's what I did.
And that became a defining moment where I started sharing it with everyone.
It's life-changing. I mean, it gave me my life back. In one word, it's profound.
A technology that empowers the most basic building blocks of your body to thrive. ASEA Redox.
So great product. I use it as well. It's really, really good. So I mean, talking about still about your role as a leader, as a young leader, especially in your own community, how do you empower your community back in Indonesia, but also globally? Because I see that you are, you're having an impact globally. So how do you do that? And what are the key challenges that you have? What are the most the obstacle that are that the thing that you are facing and are still very hard right now?
Yes. For the yes. You know that I manage the big community, like the big organization. Every day, honestly, I have struggle. You know, every day I have struggle. But for important, I want to make a struggle. I want to make it to struggle to back to positive. You know, for example, I can make it to. I want to every day I want to think positive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can making I I can to making best positive impact to my organization.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I want to making the best. I'm not the best because I can try to making the best.
Mm-hmm. So basically you use every challenge that you have, you use it
Yes.
as you create an opportunity out of it, and that's one of the strategy that you use, is that when you're faced with a challenge, you look at it and you're like, okay, where is the opportunity, and you try to change it into something positive for you and for the community. And that's
Yes.
powerful, that's really powerful
Yes. You
to
know
do.
that Miss Mirali, you know that I like challenge. I
Mm-hmm.
like challenge. You know
Mm-hmm.
that if for me if I don't have challenge, I feel died. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Mm-hmm.
died.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
like challenge. I want to. I'm making. You know that this is one secret. I always make him pray to God. God, please, give me challenge every day because I want to making something with my challenge,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
positive impact to my challenge.
Mm-hmm. And what we have to stress out is, challenges are not bad. Challenges are actually good for us. They push us to the limit, and as a result, we grow. So instead of staying away from challenges, it's important to embrace those challenges and do
Yes,
something with it. And that's why I agree totally with you when you say I like challenges, because it might be hard at the beginning, but you just grow so much from the challenges that you have to go through in life, and
yes,
that's important. and
yes.
and
Because Miss Miralyn, I'm sorry
mm,
because if you think challenge is bad to you, you have stress. If you
mhm,
think challenge is good to you, you have be God, be good, For
mhm,
example, if, for example, me, I was thinking, if I have challenges, I feel bad, I feel
mhm,
not better.
mhm, mhm,
You, it's just make you stress, make you stress, If
mhm,
you're thinking challenge, make your grow up, you can feel better, you can feel
mhm.
stronger,
Yes, and that's what people have to focus on when a challenge arrives. Is tell yourself that it doesn't happen to you; it's happening for you. So it's an
Yes,
opportunity for you to grow. It's an opportunity for you to go to the next level of your knowledge, of your greatness, whatever it is, and you should embrace it, whatever the difficulty that you have to go through. So what are those challenges? We talk about challenge, but what are the key challenges for you right now, that tell me one or two challenges that you've actually experienced, and then you've turned them into an opportunity for you and for your community.
okay. For the challenges now, in my organization, we have one challenge. We have one challenge: how to making best positive leadership to around the nation. For
Mm-hmm.
example, um, first challenge, if I'm making my organization, um, I success to making peace workshop with Afghanistan students in December 2020. This is my challenge. But I accept this challenge and I can make this challenge a success. But now I have next challenge how to making this is my challenge now. I can try to making the best is my challenge.
And it's a challenge because we also have the pandemic, which is not helping. So a lot of people,
Yes.
died, and there's also people who lost so many things. They lost their jobs, they lost everything. So it's indeed a challenge to come, with a positive message, because
Yes.
people tend to get stuck in the past and in what they've
Yes.
lost. So how do you help them to get, to to get to embrace this positive message that you bring to them?
Yes. Yes, I agree with you, Miss Moran. Okay. Uh, we know in this year, in the last year, we have a difficult situation like a pandemic era, like the corona becoming, not to one nation, not to one country, because in another country, corona coming. Yes, we have difficult situation. For the now, we must thinking how to we can making struggle to we can go out through the struggle. I'm always talking in my conference attends. Yes, now we have difficult situation, but we can making the best in this situation. Like for example, for the education, now we have to study from home. What is the positive message in the study from home? We learning from home. We can making one to innovation for example, I think like computer science innovation. For example, how we can making one system to support this learn from home, because it's just best choice, And then yes, I always say to our people, yes, we have to difficult situation, but we have to make a positive impact around the world now.
And it's the time to get leaders to come out and bring this
Yes.
message of of hope, and this positive message to tell people, and especially young people, that it's not the end of the world. Those are challenges that we have to go through, but at the end of this challenge, we're gonna be better. We're gonna be better
Yes.
position, and our life should be better. So we just have to take it positively, and take positive action, and that's uh,
Yes.
that's that's an important message to pass on. So,
And then Miss
go
Melly,
ahead.
yes, Miss Melly, one things now we must focus how to making best collaboration, how to making best collaboration to around the world, because this is very important. How to making best collaboration in this difficult time, how to making best positive impact to around the world in difficult time. That's why your people must be cared. Your people must be humble. Your people must be making positive impact to your people, everyone, your people. Must be cared, must be humble, must be aware one more time. It's very important.
The awareness is very important because sometimes people are
Yes.
not aware of what's going on around them, and they're not aware that they have the power to make things, things that looks negative, to make them,
Yes.
something positive. So this awareness is important to spread, and I agree with you. it comes down to people reaching out to other people. So the collaboration, partnership, and talking to each other, because at the end of the day, the only way we can get out of it is together. If we're not united, if we don't collaborate, it's difficult to create peace. It's difficult to get moving. It's difficult to educate people. So all of this rely a lot on collaboration, and that's an important message. So let's have another break, and we will be back to continue this conversation on leadership and how the role of leadership in building youth character and skills. So we are back with Fadhillah. Fadhillah is based in Indonesia, but is a global youth activist. And we are talking today about the role of leadership in building youth character and skills. He is himself a leader, and is sharing his experience and all the key messages that are important for the youth. So just want to ask you, since we're talking about skills, what do you think are the key skills that any young leader should have right now with the kind of reality that we live right now?
Okay, talking about the skill, in reality, your people have another skill, have a lot of skill. For example, if we can check to another organization, or we can check to another to building to leaders organization leadership of cooperation, the founder is young people. For example, the founder of Facebook, young people, Mark Zuckerberg. Yes, because young people have the skill making something, skill making positive energy, skill making positive impact. Yes, now young people have skill, and then young people part of the um, part of the leadership next year, or maybe 5 years ago.
So what are the key skills? I mean, what do you need? Do you need to be humble? Do you need to be have a be a good communicator? Do you need to be a good writer? What are the key skills you think you
Oh,
as a leader
yes.
need to lead people?
Okay. For me, as the leader, I want to making good positive impact, good communication, and then good to making positive thing with my team. For example, if I arrange meeting with my team, I want to making something. I want to making best meeting. For example, if I have program, I want to making program be success, because I want to just to example best example to all my team. For me, the leadership is to must have good things, good leadership, positive impact, and be optimist.
So I like the optimism, because that's an important factor, that the important thing that we need right now. So the optimism is very important, and
Yes.
especially with what's going on with the current pandemic, and that's really important to basically highlight. The communication, like you said, it's important because you need to
Yes.
get the right message. The right message is, you want to make sure people stay positive, so you need to be able to communicate that to the different people, the different youth that you lead, and also this vision of wanting to create a positive impact is very important, and I think that's something that the youth needs to understand, is that they have a role to play, and
Yes.
if they want to create a positive impact, that's very important. So I just want to show a video, if it's possible, and
Yes.
we'll see.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yes, we see what young people think about leadership, and that's pretty impressive, actually. Let me just share my screen just to do that, so that we can. Okay, where is it?
We have problem in the audio.
So we've seen, different youth explaining what they expect from a leader. They talk about integrity, to show the example, to be humble, and so a lot of skills that are required for leaders, especially youth. What they expect, from a leaders, and especially young leaders like yourself. So just to continue on this path, what are your aspiration, as not only as a leader, but also as a citizen, a citizen of Indonesia, a citizen of the world. What are your aspiration?
Yes. What are my aspiration in the citizen?
Mm-hmm.
We know that for me so far citizen always support how I can making the program. For example, in this my country, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
making positive program to citizen can support me.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in the January 2021, we're making one program, and then we invite citizens to join this program, and the citizen can happy to if citizen join to the program. That's why for me, citizen always best, always support. I think yes. That's why I always I always like to talking. Citizen is amazing person.
And that's important that the citizen are involved because like we said, as it's about collaboration, so you can't have an impact in your country or in your community if you don't collaborate with the people. You can't do it alone, so it's important that you talk to the different citizens, that you educate them. So you were talking about programs, so bring the right programs to put the perspective for them so that they understand the role that they have to play, and also get involved and be part of the process, because they need to
Yes.
own it as well. Because if they feel like it's just something that Fadhillah brought and it's not linked with me, it's not linked to me, then yeah, nothing, no, you can't do anything. So it's a very important process to educate them and do the necessary outreach to talk to them.
Yes. And then one more thing, Miss Marilyn. I think this is very important. In my organization, in the I'm always making, if I have free day, I can making one workshop to your citizen, and then I can try to invite to best speaker to another country to join in this workshop to talking about the how to making best collaboration to your citizen.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that's good. And then you can then uh create the impact that you're looking for. So before, I mean, because we're getting close to the end, just wanted to ask you, what are the key thing that, do you have any program that is coming, or anything that you want the audience to know about, or a program or anything that, or message that you feel like the audience should know about?
Yes, that's right, Miss Merlin, because it's very important. I think Workforce International can arrange one summit, Education Evolution Summit, in this month, 27, 28, and 29 May. We um, can I think 18 countries can be participation in the summit. Workforce International can run, I think, can run big summits, education evolution summit, and then for speaker, we have doctor, professor, and then lecturer become to the speaker. And then in 27, 28, and 29 May, we have education evolution summit. Workforce National can manage the summit, partnership with 20 organization
So
in
quite
27,
big.
28, and 29.
So quite
3
big. I
days.
mean, yeah, quite big on education, and education is really key. In everything that we do, we need to educate
Yeah.
people, and that's important. So we're gonna have a final break, and then there's always a question that I like to ask my guest, and I will ask you this question when we are back in few minutes. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in few minutes. So we are back for the last question, and my last question to you is, what is the legacy that you want to leave? What legacy do you want to leave to the world?
What? Yes. I think. Congratulations to you, Miss Murali. I think it's a great question to me. What is my legacy to I live if I died? And then I want to leave the best legacy if I died or if I live in my organization. I want my organization always aware to human rights. Always aware to human right issues. Always aware to helping another young people to get education. I want to leave the best legacy about this. Aware about human rights, aware about how to making your people especially get education or get free education, and then aware about the how to making your people get to leadership learning. I want to leave the legacy, this legacy.
So a strong legacy, very powerful. So you want to leave a legacy in human rights. So you want people to be aware of human rights at all time, and that's a big one. That's a big one because we know that
Yes.
it's still a challenge right now, but we shouldn't give up. And I think that's a big legacy that you want to leave, but also the legacy of having people get access to education and
Yes.
hopefully free education. And we know the the role that education plays in people's life, and especially in in the development of the different countries, and especially developing countries like Indonesia, where education is still a luxury in some for some people. So really have the opportunity to have that to be accessible to anybody, so that the country can benefit. So
Yes. I mean,
it's
yes, Miss Merely.
mhm
Yes, we have different culture. We
mhm
have different country. We
mhm
have different religion.
mhm
But
mhm
for me, education for all, human right for all, and then youth leadership for all.
mhm mhm mhm
For me,
and
that's why I can to always voicing about that.
mhm
Human right for all, education for all.
mhm
Yes, we are different, but we are unity. You
mhm
know,
mhm and that's
like
what
US.
humanity is all about, is that humanity, in
Yes,
humanity we are all one. There's no segmentation. We're all one into humanity, and that's the way it should be in everything that we do. So that's
yes.
an important step to do.
Miss Merlin, I'm so sad because I go to watching the news about the racism, about
Mhm.
the um I think about the racism, violent gender. I'm so
Mhm.
sad about this, that I want to make it up. We are unity. We are
Mhm.
one. Please stop. I hope please stop.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's a
Mhm.
wasting time. We can
Yeah.
we can thinking how to making collaboration.
Mhm.
It's very important. I think I'm so sad if I see violent gender news. I see about the human rights issues. Yes, come
Mhm.
on.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
make in collaboration.
Mhm. We can make it stronger. Together we are stronger, and that's the
Yes,
message
together
and
we
that's the
can.
message I think that this pandemic also came to teach us, is that we can only fight it if we are together. If we can't fight it in isolation, because we all connected, and we need this collectivity to get to move forward. So thank you so much, Fadhillah, terima kasih, as
Yeah.
you say
Wow.
on your side. I wish we could have done the interview in Malay, but
Uh, wow.
unfortunately,
Anda bisa cakap bahasa Malay sedikit-sedikit je.
yeah,
sudah
sikit-sikit
lama
only.
sikit-sikit je. Sudah lama
Yes.
tak bisa cakap bahasa Malay ya.
I can understand, but speaking is a challenge. But
I
we
think
still have.
can I ask you one question? I think how long you stay in Malaysia?
In Malaysia, I stayed 6 years.
Wow,
I've lived
so
6 years,
long.
and my youngest daughter I was born in Malaysia, so started to be part of the country. But yes, I have a good notice. So thank you so much, and
Yes, thank you so
thank you
much,
for your
Miss
time.
Marilyn. I'm so proud. If because of you, I do to talking about the important issues. I do to talking about how to making important leadership to young people. Yes, because I was success to you, Miss Marilyn. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. It's important to give, the voices to people who are doing the work, on the ground, because that's the thing, is that those people are forgotten. They are at the back doing the work, but they're not recognized on the big platform. And that's what this show is all about, getting those people doing the work
Yes,
recognized, and
I'm
to
agree
show
with
to
you.
the world the work that they are doing, and if they can inspire other people to do the same, that's fantastic. So thank you so much, and
Terima kasih.
jumpa lagi, terima kasih, and we'll
Kan
continue
ya.
offline. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Have a great
Thank
evening.
you, everyone.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you, everyone. Bye bye.